Welcome back to CAD 120, and in this lesson it's just a continuation of what we did in the last lesson, and we added the windows and the doors in, and we put our dimensions in last time. This time we're going to go and we are going to put window and door tags in, and then we are going to make window and door schedules, and I'll show you how to do that as well as how to put this drawing onto a print. And we're going to get started first, and I want to run up here at the main top, and you are going to go to annotate, the annotate button, and over here is really easy. You see this tag by category or tag all. I want to hit tag all, and it lets me choose door tags, room tags, anything you want to tag, it'll let you do it. Click on door tags and just hit apply. OK, and you see how you put your door tags on? Alright. The next thing is hit tag all, and I'm going to put my window tags in. So just come down here and click on window tags, hit apply, and OK. And you can see now, and sometimes on those window tags or door tags, it'll kind of put them in your extension lines. If they do, you can actually move those. You can move them to the side a little bit or move them in. However to do that to make it more legible. Now I want you to notice something. You see on the window tags that they got different numbers, 13, and that's only 13 there is. There's 14, 14, 14. There's a couple 14s. And then there's a 15 and 16. Those are all different types of windows. Now, we're going to make a schedule up to identify those. And to make a schedule, we've got to go up here into View. And inside of View, you have this little button right here, Schedules. Now, I've got this minimized down so I could show you our little schematic over here, but it'll actually say, if I open this up all the way, it'll actually show you schedules. And all you have to do is at this point is drop down box here and hit schedule sheets or schedule quantities, and we're going to go down through here and find, and this is a new construction, and we're going to find our windows first. Right, here it is. Hit Windows, hit OK. And then it starts asking you, well, what fields do you want in this schedule? And the first thing I would want, and some of this stuff I'm just going to go down the line and find it. You could put cost on there if you want to. I want to put count, a description. We'll put the height of the window. You can put the manufacturer if you want to, the mark, the rough height, the rough width, and then there should be just the width by itself. Now, those are just some categories that I really want in there. I want to put my mark, that'll be my tag number, at the main top. Count would be second. How many of them do I have in the house? Description tells you kind of what that window is. And we'll move this width up. Width, the height of the window. The manufacturer we could put at the bottom. And rough, put the width up first. Rough width, rough height. Now, we're going to go ahead and hit OK on this. And see, it'll bring us up in a new window. And there's our window schedule. Here's all of our stuff. Mark, count, description, width, height, rough height, and manufacturer. Now, if you'll look on your left-hand side in your project browser, if you scroll down, you're going to see schedules and quantities. You see a plus beside of it. Well, here's our window schedule we just made. This is what we're on right now. It automatically made it for us. If you want to go back to floor plans and look at your floor plan, just double-click level 1, and you'll see, here's our windows in here. And I'm noticing something. my windows are like 13, 14. Let's go back to our window schedule over here and make sure. See, our mark is not the right one. It should be type mark. I messed up on that. So to go in here and fix this, to change this to type mark, you see down here in our properties that says fields. You can hit edit on that. And I want to remove mark. And let's go up here and do type. Find type mark and see if that's it. And there's my numbers. 14 through 16. Go back to level 1. I'll take a look at it. It is 14, 13, 14, 16. So let's make sure. Yep, everything is on there. It looks good. Now, what I want to do is I want to work on this just a little bit. First thing, I don't like to have this blank roll under here, and there's a way to get rid of that. And it's appearance right here in the properties. Hit edit, and you see this blank row right here. I want to get rid of that. See how it makes it a little cleaner. The next thing I want is, like, you see 14, you got 3 14s and they're all itemized. You don't want them itemized because there's no sense of rehashing and reinventing the wheel. Just change the count number and just have one row for that. So I'll come down here to sorting and grouping. And inside there, you see where it says itemize every instance. Check mark that off. But when you do that, you got to come up here to sort by and put type mark, because that's the first thing that you're going to have. Or you're actually sorting by type mark. Does that make sense? So if you didn't have anything there, it wouldn't work. But you have to have type marks. What we're sorting by is those numbers. So hit OK. And now you see how 13 there's just 1, 14 there's 3, 15's 1, 16's 1. Here's the width and the heights. And description usually tells you what type of window it is, but I've got my width and height here. You can just type it. You can double click it and type that data in. Sometimes whenever you pull windows out of like different things, especially when you go to additional resources in Revit, a lot of manufacturers that put their windows on there for you to utilize a design with, they'll have all this stuff already done. It'll automatically appear, even your rough height, rough width, and manufacturer. But if this is like a Pella window, you can just click on it and then type in Pella. If this one was an Anderson window, you can go that route. Let me turn this down. Huh. So when you're writing in there, you just have to click off of it and he'll let it stay in there. And you'll see that when you're working with it. So just click on it, type it in, and then just click off of it. So as far as rough width and rough height of windows, the standard is you need 1 inch offset all the way around that, so it would make your rough width and rough height 2 inches larger than the actual window frame that's going in. The reason they recommend that is that gives you enough room to insulate and as well as level that window into the frame. There's one thing we forgot on here as well, and we'll put it just your sill height. We need to have that information for the construction team. But just remember, rough width and rough height is typically 2 inches larger in both directions. And also, it's good to get with the manufacturer you're going to get the windows from. There might be some special instructions. They might only want you to only have 1 inch, for the whole window, 1/2 inch around it or something like that. So You just need to check with them, but standardly, if you're going to frame a window, usually give yourself about 2 inches extra, both width and height. So all the thing you'd have to do in here is like click on this, and it'd be 5 foot dash 2 inches. And then your rough height would be 4 foot dash 4 inches. And you can go down through there and add all that in. Now, there's one more thing I need to add. It's going to be the sill height. The sill height is the bottom of the window where the window sets in, and it gives you a height that shows the construction team exactly where you want that window to set. And it's very important to be able to set windows where they need to be set in height. And that's your main objective on that. That's your point where that needs to go in. So come back over here to Fields and roll down to Sill Height and add that in. And I'd move it up right underneath the width and height of the window. I'd do Sill Height and hit OK. And you see how it's already standardized in the software. It'll tell you exactly how high. So this window, this number 13 window, is going to be 5 foot wide and 4 foot 2, and the window height, the sill height, the bottom of it's going to be 3 foot. So 3 foot plus 4 foot 2 is basically going to be about 7 foot 2 in that region. That would be the main top of the window, and that's just about right. I mean, you're looking at between 3 foot standing up, 3 foot. That window's going to go all the way up to 7 foot 2, so that's going to give just about everybody an opportunity to be able to see clearly out that window, depending on the height of the person. So that's about the range where you want. So that's perfect. And I'll go back and show you this sill height. You can change sill heights, and I'll show you how. If you go back to level 1, your floor plan, just like this 13, just click on the window over here in properties. It shows you everything, and right here's your sill height. You can change that. I can go in here and change it to 4 foot, 2 foot, whatever you want. You can do it right there. And here's your mark. And these are your type marks. This is what's showing on there for us. All right. We got that done. We have got our window schedule put in. Looks good. And of course you'd fill out the rest of this information, but now I want to go in there and show you how to put this on a sheet of paper. Now door schedules work the same way. They work the same exact way, and we'll look at that in just a minute. But now I want to come down here to sheets. You all see this? I want to put it on a sheet. And right here, sheets. So you right click on that, go to new sheets, and the only thing we've got in there is an E-size E1 30 by 42. Only I do is hit load, and I want to slide down here into title blocks. Double click. It's already loaded into the program, and there's different sizes: A, B, C, D, E, F, or E1. That's as high as we can go on this. So I'm going to go C, hit open, and then I'm going to load that in, and see how it brings this thing in. So now you see how the plus arrow pops up over here. There's that sheet that we just made. Now if I want to put that floor plan in, this level 1 floor plan, we just got to go back here, double click, and actually I don't want my floor plan on the first sheet of my set. I want it on my second, because the first sheet I want to have a rendering of the house. So I'm going to put new sheet, hit OK, and you see how it puts 2 of them in there for me. So this one will be the rendering of my house when I get done, the 3D image of it, and the 102 will be my floor plan. So those are C-size papers, and to bring in, transfer my floor plan into this, you right click on top of this and add view. And whenever you do that, you just got to slide down here and find it, floor plan level 1, add view, and just kind of back up with your wheel, and you'll see like a rectangle, and you just kind of center it the best you can and put it in there. Well, mine's way up here, all you have to do, just smash your mouse button, your left mouse button, and drag, and drag. And I'd bring it up just a fuzz, because we got that schedule we're going to put in with it. And kind of zoom on in here. It looks pretty good. Now this is on a 1/4 inch. See, it automatically adjusts. 1/4 inch equals 1 foot. It's perfect. We've got all of our door tags and window tags in here. Got all of our dimensions. So we've basically got everything we need for this floor plan. Even we've got our room names in there. So now there's something else. This thing should bring in this line right here that has what level it is, and as well as your scale. So all thing you're going to do is come out here. You don't want the rectangle on. You want to grab it and pull it up and underneath of it. Click on your box, because if you don't, you have to have a little dot on here, a grip. When you click on it, it brings a grip up, and then you can pull that right over. You got it. Now I want to put my window schedule in I just made. All you have to do, and you see now, whenever I put this floor plan 1 in, the image of it, see how it puts a plus, and right there is my floor plan level 1. It tells you what's inside of that on that sheet. So I right click on that again, or 102 here, and I'll collapse that. Right click again, and I want to add view. Oh, let's make sure I'm on the right page. Here we go, A102. Add view, and I want to add in that window schedule right here. And I'll bring it up. I'll slide it right in here and click. And I brought that in, and you'll notice too down here, if I open up that A102, see now you got the window schedule and the floor plan. Now, the crazy thing is, whenever you're in Sheets, you cannot work on this drawing at all. It won't let you, because this is just like a copy and paste in here. So if you want to work on something, you need to fix something on this or the schedule, you have to either come up here to the original floor plan level 1 or your schedule sheet window schedule, or this is a shortcut where it drops these down here for you. You can double click on that and it'll take you back in where you can work on that. So I want to just right click on this and rename that, and we'll name that first floor plans. Hit OK on that. And I don't like the way I spelled that, so I'll rename it. Should be, I'm just going to type in first. Then when you back up, and let's go into our sheets again. Clicked on that sheet. First floor plans comes up right here. Did y'all notice that? And over here is level 1. That's the level we brought in. This is first floor plans. Looks good. And of course you need to put the rest of that information in there. And door schedules work the same exact way as what the windows do. So get in there and get this done. And honestly, we could go ahead and start right now. Let's go in there and let's make us a schedule quantities for a door schedule. So basically, again, you in view, schedules, schedule quantities. And this time I want to go down to door. Hit OK. And count. You can put your manufacturer on there if you want it. Rough height, rough width, and there's a regular width. They should have a height on there as well somewhere. And we need a mark or type mark. I can't remember exactly which one's which on this one. Let's hit mark and see what it does. Let's move it to the main top. Manufacturer, we'll move it to the main bottom. And width, height, we'll get those all lined out. Hit OK on that, and it brings up this. Again, I hate that gap in between it, so I slide right over here to appearance and edit. Now up here, you see all these fields, filter, sorting, grouping. They're all up here. You can switch back and forth between them if you hit the wrong one. So I want to get rid of that blank row. It gets rid of that. And 1, 2, 3, and 5. So let's go on there and make sure that it's getting the right type mark. There's 3, there's 2, there's 5. 2, 5, 16. Oh, wait, that's a window. See, 1, 5, 2, and 3. Now, I'm going to click on this one. That's a 26 by 84. This is a 20. So these two windows or doors are exactly the same. And I'll show you how to fix that real quick. See how the mark is 1 on this one and this one is 2? I want to make those the same exact door. So all you got to do, click on this and change this to 1. Now the windows doesn't do that, but for some reason the doors do. But now there's 1 and 1. And when we go back to our door schedule, you see schedules. See how it made myself a door schedule? Double click it. You got 2 1s, a 3, and a 5, and we need to fix this so it'll count up, and we just have to have 1 row. So do a sorting and grouping, itemize every instance, take that off, and make sure your first one is going to be the mark. Hit OK on that. You see how that door 1 is 2 counts, width, the height, rough width, rough height, and the manufacturer you can put in there as well. Also, we probably need one more field in this, and that would probably be like a description. Is it an interior door? It's always nice to have that. And like that one, we know for sure it was interior. Interior door. And my rough width, you just have to click on this stuff. Rough width on this, of course, is going to be 2 inches wider for a door. So it'll be 2 foot dash 4 inches unless the manufacturer otherwise tell you something different. And the rough height is basically 1 inch taller. And then the manufacturer, you can put all that stuff in too. So basically this has everything done that we need, so don't hurt to save as you go along. Now go back in here to our first floor plans down here on your sheets, double click it. It brings it up, and hopefully we'll have enough room to stick this other column in here, or other graph schedule, and right click on that, add view, find door schedule, add view. Oh, it just barely fit. So that works out perfect. And I'll put these about the same height. I don't want to touch them because I don't want to confuse anybody. And I'll have to see if I can pull that over just a little bit, try to center it up where it doesn't touch those. And basically, there you have it. There is just a real quick way to put your window, door schedules in. There's your first floor complete. This right here it tells you your level and the scales on it. Everything looks really, really good. But there's one more thing that I'm looking at. You see how this elevation arrow is going to be in my print? It will print, I'll promise you. So go back up here to level 1, floor plans, and grab that little fella there and pull him up. And then you go back and check. A102, first floor plans. Now, we're in good shape. And also, like over here, to fill in the rest of these blanks, see, it automatically comes in first floor plans when I write that over here. But there's a few other things like owner, project name, address, and all that stuff. If you want to, you can go to manage up here and project information, this button right there in the manage tab, project information, and you can actually put the building name. It's a residential structure, residential home. Author, and you can type in your name. Issue date, project status, it's a new construction. Client's name, we'll say Mickey Mouse. Project address, he lives in Orlando, Florida. You kind of get the hint from here on out. You just click this button here and you can put it in here. Project name, project number. Let's call that 1, and see how it automatically will update all of our sheets for us, and makes that really easy for us down the road. So when you get to this point, make sure you just continue to hit your little save button every now and then, and if you have any questions, just holler at me.